you're relatively new is you struggle to want to only pick one. You're like, I want to work with everybody. I sell my product to everybody. We can work with everybody, but that's never really true, nor is it effective, because the messages that work for a teenage audience, not going to work for an 80-year-old plus audience. They're two very different groups, and they have different wants and concerns and needs, and you're just going to confuse people if you try to do that. I am a big believer that nobody can do everything well, so you need to figure out what you do well, how you can stand out from the crowd, and who you actually want to work with, and then set your avatar around that. There's a reason why it's called an ideal customer persona, because it's your ideal customer. So you may not currently work with them. You may work with people who you don't currently want, who you in the future don't want to work with. But if you think strategically about, like, okay, if I could have anything, if I could have any kind of client, what client would that be? And start with that question and then build out from there. One of the approaches that we use is called the content pillar. So we create a content pillar based around the funnel, which works really incredibly well. So how we do that is we create a long form piece, going to be the content pillar. It's normally about 2,000 words. That's targeted at a high volume keyword that would otherwise be very difficult to rank for. So this piece is very top of funnel. Maybe it goes a little bit into the mid, but it's mostly top of funnel. And then we support that with supporting articles. So these supporting articles are more mid funnel. They're often more thought leadership, which means that they're based on subject matter expert interviews, and they're linked into it. Into that content pillar. And then at the bottom, we have a downloadable bottom of funnel asset. So that might be like a template or a checklist or an infographic, something valuable that people would want to give you their details to download. And that structure is quite nice because it feeds up to get visibility over high volume keywords, but also feeds down to get people who are reading to take the next small commitment step of giving you their email address to be able to download something that is going to be useful for them, and then starts to turn them into a sales qualified lead. And we create what we call snackable posts. So snackable posts, you want to give enough away about the piece of content to make it really tantalizing, to make it so that people want to read more, and their curiosity is piped, so that they click through, so that they go and read it, so that they engage with it. So we call those snackable posts, and we normally recommend that we create a series of them that go out both via the senior leaders as well as the company page to help disseminate something like a blog article